Welcome to the Guide to the Guy. You know, my guy ain't a guy. My guy's a toad. Sometimes life throws you a curveball and you find out you like toads. Some people like humans. You like toads. Some men like women. You like Sky Williams. Each to their own. Now to learn Croak, it follows much like the 3 steps of a relationship. The first step is before you have even gone on a date. This is when you're stalking them on Facebook to make sure they aren't working for the Overlord of Grixis. In terms of Battlerite, this is when you read their lore. I know. Lore seems childish, right? But trust me, it's important for understanding your character. After reading for a little bit, you might have noticed something. That's right, he's from the Rancid clan. Do you know what this tells us? This means he stinks. This also means women avoid him, leaving him to chase after them as his sole means of ever possibly starting a relationship. Now here comes the second step, the nervous first date. And what do we normally do on first dates? Muy bien, that's right. We talk about their family. Now we really don't care about her family, but make sure you listen just in case you get cut off at the bedroom with a trick question. I can't tell you how many times that's happened to me. Ha. Similarly, your first few games on Croak, you won't really understand what you're doing, but you may have picked up on a few subtle things. Say, a Jamaican accent.
I vanish, I spit, I cut, I do everything.
That's right, Croak's black. What did we learn from lore? That's right, he's stinky. So much like myself, he's a stinky black male. And if my own experience can say anything, we're avoided by most white ladies. This means, much like myself, he's vulnerable, and probably willing for a single passionate night of loose sexuality. After the first date, you guys might have hit it off, and gone on a few more dates. You guys might even become exclusive. This is what I like to call Step 2.1, or the married stage. Now to clarify, you don't actually have to be married, but you basically are. You spend all your time together and ignore your family and loved ones. You are a real piece of shit. During this period, you may start to realize little things about your partner that bug you. This is when you either leave and give up on all the time you spent with them and ruin their lives by cheating on you with your best friend, or stay and power through these issues. For Croak, this is after he's been your main for a while, and you feel like you've reached the mechanical cap. This is a pivotal point for you. You must either choose to stay or leave. If you choose to stay, you will rediscover Croak. You will start reading what his abilities, yes, even the shift abilities do. You will start creating new loadout strategies. Speaking of abilities, we haven't formally gone over them yet, but in all honesty, they are quite self-explanatory. Croak is a black toad, so he spits hot toxins. Because he's a black man, he jumps very far and high, becoming invulnerable for a short period of time. Because he's a toad, he can do this twice. Croak has a camouflage, and just like in real life, as a black man, his views and struggles are erased much like a suitor candidacy at the party of a white 18-year-old. Did you know? Croak actually doesn't camouflage. He's just the only black guy there. Alternatively, while holding down shift, Croak can either blind them with his good looks or break their kneecaps, depending on whether or not he's in a gang war at the moment. Croak's ultimate ability is performing the 100-meter dash before exploding loudly. The final third step is what I like to call the actual marriage stage, which I will be splitting into 2 parts. The first part is the honeymoon. This is when you truly believe all the issues before marriage have been resolved, and you're generally at the happiest point in your relationship. For the toad, games start to feel easy. You've truly reached the pinnacle of your ability. Now here comes the second part. This is what I like to call reality. This is when you realize these problems never really vanished and you begin to lose interest in your partner. You start to look towards others to fill the void in your heart and the desires, and you inevitably leave each other's lives forever. In real life, you just divorce. Now is the time to apply this knowledge to your gameplay. You enter a game, and what's the first thing you should do? Croak is a go-getter, so check the opposite team for a female. If there is 2 females, choose the whiter one, and this is now your target for the game. Before you try to swoo your target, make sure you blind them first, just in case they get scared off. And that's really all you need to know. Hopefully this guide can bring up your gameplay from looking something like this to this. I'm hungry now. Bye.
気をつけて神様は見てる暗い夜道は手をつないでください
I mean, I'm not gay though. Would I go on a few intimate dates with Sky Williams? I mean, probably. That's not gay. I'm not gay.